I'm the guinea pig with everything to lose, you're the viewer with nothing to gain, and this is episode 10 of Lean and Aggressive. I'm Luka Jovanovic, first year medical student, where I talk about everything I learned about health this week. Health is a broad term for the good, the bad, and the ugly, everything that didn't work, what did work, and what I'm doing moving forward. But above all, innovation, cutting edge, everything I learned, raw. What I want to begin with is this social construct concept of flavor. You tell me why. Okay, when I'm supposed to be studying, I'm out here walking, okay? Because I'm going through a little bit of a mid 19, late teens crisis. And one of the revelations I got on these walks when I should really be studying or messing up my Anki streak is we only have like 5 taste buds. There's only like 5 concepts of what flavor is: salty, umami, which is like protein, meat kind of vibe, sweet, sour, and bitter, right? Ignore my floor mate. There's only like 5 flavors. And when we eat food, we're not really getting bitter in it. So there's only really like 4. And if you're eating salty food, like a main course meal, it's not gonna have, it might have a little bit of sour tang twang to it with some lemon or something, bit of citrus, but it ain't got nothing sweet in it. Maybe if it's like a little tangy, but it's mainly salty and umami in the like the bulk of our food here. A little bit of sweet every now and then, a little bit of sour. It makes it, gives it a bit of that je ne sais quoi. I don't know what that means, but it's French, so it's probably appropriate. Why are people going around talking about flavor, 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 flavor? I make meal prep and I just eat food for the the fuel of it. And my floor mates are looking at me, bro. Where's the flavor, bro? Where's the flavor? Spices don't have calories, bro. Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor? What is flavor? Flavor doesn't exist, brother. When we crave certain foods on our cut, when we're trying to lose weight and we're dieting, but we really, really crave a kebab, a shawarma, for no reason. I don't remember the last time I ever had a kebab. Why do I crave a kebab? Why do I crave a bao bun? Why do I randomly crave quiche? I don't even like egg or bacon bits. Why do I randomly crave these things? And it's not because of the flavor, because there's only 2 flavors. It's salt and umami. I have a bunch of salt there and I have a bunch of MSG there. And I put it on my food every single day. It's not about the flavor, but much rather it's about the texture. That's my groundbreaking revelation. I almost combined realization, revelation into revelization. I'm just operating at such a high frequency. It's insane. It's not about flavor, it's about texture. All right, let me explain. I can take water, and when I make a little soupy broth, when I have an instant pot, a pressure cooker, and so I cook some chicken in it sometimes. At the end, there's usually some water, and because I put salt and MSG, monosodium glutamate, umami, whatever, on my food, the water that ends up getting left behind tastes really good. It's like this. It's just water with salt and MSG in it, basically. And that flavor is in there. It's like flavor concentrate. And I can sip on that. That's soup, let's call it. And it's okay. But it's not amazing, right? It's nothing, no culinary excellence. But now, if I go and take that same flavor and I go put it on my pasta, on this nice chewy thing, fusilli pasta, penne pasta, whatever. Now all of a sudden we're talking, now, okay, now that's pasta. We're getting some gluten with it. Oh, that's good pasta. But now if I go and take that pasta and I put it in the oven and I crisp it, it's no longer this nice chewy pasta. Now all of a sudden it's this crunchy, crispy mac and cheese kind of pasta with the same flavor, salt and MSG to it. Now all of a sudden it's, ooh, it's crunchy, it's yummy, it's amazing. Then I take flour and I make fufu with it, wheat meal fufu. It's the same ingredient that we use to make the pasta, flour, wheat semolina. But now we're doing something different with it, just the process. We're changing the texture through the cooking, the means of cooking it, into this gooey consistency, this thick fufu. Same salt and MSG to it, same flavor, but it's the different texture. That's power. That's how you destroy these different cravings on a cut, on a diet, on a whatever you're on. Same ingredients, different outcomes. What changed was the different texture, which were satisfying. First, chewy. Second, crunchy. Thirdly, gooey. And then you can combine the two. If you make sourdough bread, what is that again? It's water and flour. Same ingredients. Salt, you can add MSG if you want. What ends up happening? Crunchy outer, soft, warm, moist inner. Completely different. Like you're hitting every single different craving you have on the head to a T with the same ingredients and the same flavor. Does that make sense? That's what I'm getting at. With the pasta as well, pasta's amazing because you can get pasta in a million different shapes. Penne, fusilli, the gnocchi shells, orzo, the one that looks like rice, the little bow tie, farfallini, whatever it's called. I don't know, bro. You can get the letters, you can get dinosaur shape, you can get them in different colors with the beetroot coloring or the, spinach coloring. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. And the flavor, the ingredients, nothing changes. The only thing that changes is the shape, is the texture, is the means of cooking it. So really what I'm trying to get at is flavor don't exist, bruh. Because when you go to a restaurant and you eat the food, all that's like, it's still salt and this umami flavor. The reason I might be craving kebab is just because of the texture, consistency of the meat. Maybe I don't want to eat the same boiled chicken every day from the pressure cooker or from the oven, the baked chicken. Maybe I need it on a grill. That's why when you grill something on a barbecue, on a braai, brew, with the smoke from a wood fire, it completely changes the flavor of it, the texture of it, if you will. So that's my what did I call it? Revelization on texture. If you are on a cut, if you're on a diet, if you're on anything, and you can't really afford to go and eat Doritos, you can take the pasta, which does fit your macros, make it crunchy, and you're satisfying that craving for that texture. You're not craving flavor. You're not craving also bloat. If you're not getting bloated at the end of your day, what are you doing? Like with me, all I like, yeah, sure, food, like the flavors, I kind of like the different texture and the variety I get with the different shapes and stuff with pasta. But I just love being bloated, bro. So what I do, I drink some water before my meal. I put a bunch of salt in my food so that when I'm eating, I'm like, damn, they're a bit salty. So then I need to drink some water while I'm eating. So then the water is expanding my belly. And at the end of it, drink some more water. And then I'm bloated AF. And then I eat a big salad and I'm bloated. And then I take some yogurt, fat-free, low-cal. And then I put a bunch of strawberries in it. And then I eat it. And then I'm bloated. And then I'm sitting here making this video while my stomach is bloated. Oh, that is beauty. That is the relationship I have with food. Some will look at that and be like, bro, that's toxic. That's crazy. Nah, my boy. That's love. I love being bloated. So with food, it's not about flavor, bruh. Your food ain't bland. Your food ain't this and that. There's only two flavors which our brain can conceptualize. Switch up the texture and then just drink a bunch of water and have a big ass salad with your meal, and you'll get bloated and you'll be satisfied with your food at the end of it because what? You're not hungry, and two, you hit the texture craving on the head. I have zero studies to back anything up that I just said, but I have a feeling. And sometimes in life, all you need is you need a little bit of that je ne sais quoi. Next, what is my second point? This one's a bit more deep. It's not so Gen Z Zoomer like my first one about the pasta. Basically, yeah. Is you don't just wake up one day and do it all on one day, right? Like it's rarely ever that you just wake up one day and you do it, and you do what you said you were gonna do, right? Let's say like all these health people and fitness people, they all talk about 10K steps, 10K steps. Let's take that as an example. I don't just wake up one day, do 10K steps, and then just become someone that maintains that level of performance forever. I don't just wake up. I can do maybe I can wake up one day and do 10K steps that day, that morning. Go for a long 2 hour walk and hit 10K steps that morning. But I'm definitely not the person to maintain that for 5 months, for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 months, for the next year. You don't just wake up one day and you are like this new character person with a whole new persona and habits that go along with them, and a new, set of behaviors to match that personality. You don't just wake up one day and you do that. And I don't know if you can see, I track my diet and stuff on the wall, fitness goals and stuff. It's very like for the last few weeks, I've been maintaining a good level, but it's ultimately gonna go down somehow unless I go up and match it somehow. Let me tell you what happened. There was a point like a few months ago when I first started, like, okay, I'm tired of being squishy. I started doing 4,000 jump ropes every day. That's about 30, 35 minutes of cardio. It's according to my math, it's the equivalent of 10,000 steps a day, just converted into skipping rope. I was doing that every day until I wasn't, and I stopped. Now I'm doing half of that, and I'm slowly building up from 20 minutes a day. Now, after about 4, 5 weeks of doing, or 6, 7 weeks of doing that, I've built up from 20 minutes a day to up to now like 22 minutes 30 seconds. That's what I'm averaging a day. I've built up that like minimum, the ground floor, from 20 minutes to 22.5. Today I did 25, but it's a Saturday. I just felt good, nice weather, sunny day, etc. The average, the new ground floor is 22.5, and I'm building it up slowly. It took me 7 weeks to get 2 minutes more. 7 weeks. With the steps, I do not hit 10,000 steps a day. I get about at least 5,000, on average 6.5, on the higher end of my average about 7,000 a day, averaging about 6 to 6.5 thousand a day. The lower end about 5, average 6.5. That's very far from 10,000, but it's at a point where I can build that up. Does that make sense? So like it's for everything. It's a really long and slow and to an extent grueling process of changing who you are, essentially. Because when you change that, everything around it changes. There's a set of behaviors, the way you operate, the way you talk, the way you walk, everything changes, right? uh I have some good notes here which I want to mention. It's a slow and long process that changes your character. You start at 5, then you build up to 7K. How do you build that up? You walk after your meals a little bit. You do certain things. You take the stairs instead of the elevator. You walk to the library instead of just studying in your room. Things like that. That's how you build it up from 5 to 7. How to get from 7 to 10? that's a whole new ball game. 7 to 10 is literally going for a walk on a Friday night instead of going out. 7 to 10,000 steps a day is literally like walking twice after your meals. It's like walking back up and down the stairs, after climbing up to the third floor for the library. It's like a whole new different thing, which you're just not ready for yet. You first have to go from 5 to 7 before you can go from 5 to 10. Does that make sense? It's like different levels to a video game. Uh, you know what I mean? It's like we all obsess over 10K steps, 10K steps, 10K steps. First get to 7, and then let's talk. And I remember like I used to be a bit more into like online money, make 10K a month kind of space. Everyone's talking about 10K, 10K, 10K. Bro, I make 0K. Let's first get to like 1K a month. Let's get to like a first sale. Let's get to our first like $500 a month before you ever imagine 10K. You know what I mean? Because it's like the person you have to be to get to 10K is far from firstly what you are now, but it's far from what you can even imagine being for now. And it sounds like I'm like randomly just like tuning you out. This is largely just me talking about me to you, right? So it's like with my Anki, right? I want to do Anki every single day. I want to make it a habit. I want to have a 1,000-day Anki. Like I want to make it so engraved into who I am that I just do Anki every day. I had a 65-day streak, 67-day streak, and I messed it up. Ruined. 0, right? Now I'm back on 3 days or whatever. I need that. I need to get it up to 65 days, doing it for 2 months straight, doing it on a holiday, doing these things, you know what I mean? Messing that up. Then I need like another stretch where I build it up to 300 days. And then I mess it up. I need to get these long stretches, do it right for a long time, mess it up, build up my daily, like my ground floor. You need to go through these rough patches, which aren't messy, which aren't clean edges, which take time. But that's more than necessary. That is like the bread and butter. Like it's going to be hard. It's going to take long, but you first have to get to a 100-day streak before you can get to a 200-day streak, in essence. Right, and I have a quote here, which I made up. The infrastructure you need to keep that habit running for that long is far greater than you think. You need to be okay, that's the end of the quote. You need to be an actually strong character, not some beta side piece. Okay, I don't know what I meant by that. You need a strong character and identity to align with the habit for that long. Like, if I want to be someone who does Anki every day, it literally has to be, like, look, if you would ask someone in my residence, who is Luca? It's like, oh, he's the Anki guy. It has to be so aligned to your character, that behavior, for it to be that, to have that strong of a habit. It's like, who's that? Who's Luca? Oh, he's the guy that's always on like walks and stuff. That's why he's getting 10K steps. Who's like, I don't know, what's a basic white name? Like Michael. Who's Michael? Oh, he's the guy who's always in the gym. That's why he's jacked now. That's why Luca gets 10K steps now. That's why Luca has a 1,000-day Anki streak now. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, it just has to be like, I'm just not someone who goes out. I'm not really someone who drinks. I'm not really someone who parties and goes to clubs and messes around with the opposite sex. As much as I hate to say it, I'm not that character. That behavior doesn't really align with with my character. That's, in my eyes, a negative trait, an unfavorable trait. And that's why, like, I just don't align with that. That's why I don't possess it, right? Maybe that's why I don't have like some crazy good riz, because I don't align with that behavior. But maybe I align with another behavior far better. And that's why I do possess certain traits of that behavior. That's why I do have certain habits that, are needed for that. Does that make sense? So it's just like, you need to be messing up a few times. You need to be getting to level 1 and 2 before you can get to level 10. Right? And just be prepared for it to take long. Be prepared for it to be hard. Be prepared for, like, for you to mess up your streak. Be prepared for, back to my quote, the infrastructure that you need to keep that habit running for that long is far greater than you think. Facts. Facts. Then, on my third point, I've been getting some weird ass dreams, bruh. I put magnesium on my belly, so maybe that's been helping me to sleep at night. Magnesium oil, I rub it on my belly after I shower. But I've been getting some gnarly dreams, bro. Like last night, I had this dream where I was like in the gym, and there was like some beef. I was having beef with like some other dude, and then I don't know. He was like trying to use my machine or something, and then he was kind of chubby, and he was an easy lick. Like, I could just beat him up, and then I pushed him really hard from the back, and he was like moving, like running forward as well, so he had momentum forward, and I came from the back and I pushed him forward, but he went flying and like poof, like he hit his back against the wall as he fell and like hit the floor, right? That's like he kind of like hit the floor and like poof, like slid up to the wall and hit his back on the wall, and he hurt his back really hard, and he was messed up. He was like bleeding and he was like cooked. And then I was like, yo, like I messed this guy up. But he was like, yo, I'm gonna get you back, bro. Like I'm gonna call the cop or something like that kind of vibe. And then I don't know, dream logic. Like he's gone now, and I'm just like in the gym. It's like a normal gym. There's other people there, but I'm like just hitting my stuff solo. And then I'm like super paranoid, looking over my shoulder to see if like someone's gonna get me. I'm like, ooh, I'm like kind of scared to bench press because I'm scared that like this guy comes out of nowhere and like pushes the weight on my head and kills me. You know what I mean? I've just been getting really weird dreams. A dream, like I don't stay at home anymore, but I had a dream that I was like with my mom, and it's supposed to be like cute and wholesome because we don't see each other too much that nowadays. But I was just like really like the movie Obsession, where you have that weird crazy chick like no 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 no, why won't you love me, that weird kind of vibe. I was low-key like that. I had like a similar reaction where like I was eating some bread, like a bun of bread, and then she said something which I didn't like. I forgot what, and I just like took the bun and like I threw it into the bowl, like out of like frustration with what she said. And then I took it again. I just kept like smashing it into the bowl, and like that was flipping weird. That was flipping weird. Like I've been getting some weird dreams, and there's times like I'd wake up from a dream and like, damn, it was like a movie. Like I've been also been waking up to go to the bathroom twice a night, at least once, on average twice every single night. And there was one night where like I had an insane dream, poof, woke up and I didn't really need the bathroom, but it was like, whoa, like that was like a movie. Then I go to the bathroom and I come back, fall asleep again, poof, and I had another dream and I was like, whoa, that was like another movie. And then I went to the bathroom again and came back, slept, poof, and then I woke up like for my alarm. And I had like 3 dreams that night, and it was like a long flight, and I watched 3 movies on the flight. That's what it felt like. I just had these insane dreams. I forgot what they were about, but I've been dreaming a lot, and it's really weird, and I don't know why. And I've been restless throughout the night, very dry throat, going to the bathroom, uh, all number ones, but yeah, quite disruptive sleep in terms of my dry throat, the bathroom, and the weird dreams. I heard on Twitter that could be some weird space weather stuff. I don't know what that is. I heard of a Lion's Gate theory. I don't know, bro. That stuff's pretty whack. I don't want to believe in like spooky stars and stuff messing with your sleep, but hey, I'm open to it. Then this almost goes back to the previous point, but it's about being prepared to be patient. look, I'm no modern day philosopher guru kind of vibe. None of that kundalini, yo, patience belongs to he who finds time. You know, okay, I don't know what I'm thinking of when I go for my walks, but this is what I thought of. It's like the results that we want, like we've been doing the wrong thing our whole life. Let's talk about detox. I've been eating, I remember when I used to be, when I was a little guppy, and I was eating a croissant for breakfast with Nutella in it. When I was eating commercial milk and cereal with it. When I was eating microwave mac and cheese every day. When I was eating lasagna in a aluminium tin foil thingy in the oven and eating those medals. I remember I was trying to be healthy and taking moringa powder and doing all this random stuff, taking all these unhealthy fish oils and taking protein powder that messes up. I was doing everything wrong in hindsight, in retrospect. For years, for my whole life, practically. For me to come here, sit here, try and fix that, years of my life, let's say 18, maybe not 18, let's say like 15 years of my life doing the wrong thing. For me to come and try and fix that in detox in 2 weeks, here's this 30-day detox plan. You want to drink celery juice smoothies every day, and you can fix 15 years of doing the wrong thing in 30 days. You got to be out of your mind, bro. You got to be out of your mind. It doesn't happen that quickly. Why did I say excuse me. Why did I say quickly like an American? It doesn't happen that fast. Be prepared to be stuck in this maze far longer than you think. I don't have a solution to clear skin. I got some weird skin. I was doing research this week on PubMed. I don't know what I have. Keratosis pilaris, weird chicken looking skin, patches on my limb, on my like shin where there's no hair, face gets flat, like it's weird problematic skin. I've been in this maze trying to solve this thing for my whole life, Brody. My whole life, teenage years, my whole conscious life. I have no solution. And I'm still looking. This is a maze, and it sucks to admit that, but you just gotta thug it out. You just gotta be in the maze for that long. It's like I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where the end is. I don't even know how to get back to where I was, where I was lost. I'm just in a maze right now. Be prepared to be in that maze for far longer than you think. If you're trying to lose fat, be prepared to have to lose a lot more fat than you think. Be prepared to for that diet thing to take far longer than you think it will. Be prepared for you to have to lose far more fat than you think. Period. Period. If you're fat and you think you're gonna like lose 10 kg and you're gonna look good now, you look better now, but you probably won't look as good as you thought you would with 10 kg. Maybe it's after 20 kg. Maybe it's after 25. You know what I'm saying? It's like the work we think that needs to be done to get us to where we want to be. There's a lot more work that has to be done, basically. And it's like just be prepared to be in that maze for a while. That's not me trying to be negative, pessimistic. Let me just make sure the video is still recording. Yes, it is. Let's go. But it's just like be proportional with your perception of effort versus results. If you've been doing the wrong thing for 10 years of your life, you cannot expect to reverse your wrongdoings and rectify everything with, a fraction of the effort relative to, what you did. Right? I can't eat a Big Mac and then eat a strawberry and say, I'm healthy now. You know? It's like, bro, you just had a Big Mac though. You just ate a McFlurry, bruh. What are you talking about healthy? Does that make sense? Am I communicating my thoughts effectively in a persuasive manner that makes you want to subscribe? Then, last weekend was a long weekend, as in Monday was off. So I had Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I thought that was a great chance to catch up on work. What ended up happening was I went to some family friends' crib, we played FIFA, I ate out their fridge, and then I came back here to my res. And I did zero work. And to be honest with you, I loved it. I didn't do much work. We played some tennis. I chillaxed. I chillaxed, in other words. I did virtually zero work, and I messed up my Anki streak. That's where it started. That's where my question lies. Does a lack of work equal more rest? Or does more rest equal more rest? If you sleep more, does that help you be more rested in the morning? If you spend a day doing zero work the following day, do you feel better, feel more energized, feel more well rested? I do not know. I didn't work at all last weekend, and I felt pretty flipping good on Monday when I got back on Tuesday. Felt like, oh, okay, we're working again, but like I was just chilling these last few days, and I needed that. And now this weekend, today, I went for a walk this early morning, not early morning, 9 o'clock on a Saturday, 10 o'clock on a Saturday. And I was just thinking, bro, I don't want to do anything this weekend. I don't want to go for a hike. I don't want to wake up early and go for a run and like post on my IG. I don't want to do this stuff. I don't want to go. Please excuse me. I promise you, that's not a protein fart. It's just carbon dioxide. I ate a massive salad bowl, and it's weird. Let me explain myself. When I eat fresh produce like a fresh lettuce and a cucumber and an apple and like fresh fruit like that, I just get really gassy, and I don't know why, but I end up farting a lot, and I'm sorry. Okay? Excuse me. Okay, back to the video. I just, that Bruno Mars song, I just wanna lay in my bed, feel like picking. Okay, that's me. I don't want to go anywhere, Brody. I just want to chillax in my room and do nothing. And for the most part, that's what I did today. I didn't do nothing. I still did like some Anki and studied a bit and stuff. I walked around, but I was just in my room chilling today, bruh. I'm making this video, talking to you. That's what I want to do. Like, at times, there's times I want to, like next week, I want to go see my friend if it's going to be his birthday, for example. But like, there's just times where you just want to rest and do nothing. And is that rest? Is the lack of work rest? I don't know. I'm redefining what I define as rest. Because in the evenings, I'm trying to like separate work from play. So in mornings up until like 4, I just want to work hard every day. Just like work, 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 and then get as much work done as I can. Basically, 4 to 5:30, I'll gym. 5:30 to about 6, to about 7. 5:30 to about 7. That's where I'll eat and shower, make dinner, etc. And from 7 to about 8, 9, that's where I want to like get ready for bed and stuff. But then usually what I'm like now, I'm just redefining what I find is rest. That's like that 2 hour slot there is where I can just do whatever I want, not work related. So I wrote down things like poetry, like research, like learning this one course that I'm doing. I can maybe do some Anki if I want, on some chill type beat though, not like Anki deep study. I can listen to an audiobook, I can go for a walk, I can journal, I can make these videos, I can do a bunch of things. I'm just redefining I'm just trying to figure out what I define as rest, basically. And on a weekend like this, I kind of like being in. I like the quiet. I like walking. I like jumping rope when it's a sunny day and just standing in an open field looking at the horizon. I define that as rest, and I like that. I don't feel the need to go somewhere. And yeah, then speaking of weekends, and I know this is literally, I'm so bipolar with my thoughts here. I'm literally going to say the exact contradictory thing to what I just said, but it matters what you do on weekends. Okay. You don't want to move backwards on weekends, as in degenerate. You don't want to go out and get drunk and drink and do drugs and sleep with some random stranger. That's very extreme, but you know what I'm saying. And be sleep deprived and have 2 hours of sleep and then go out on Saturday night and wake up early for church and then do this and then have an existential crisis because, hey, I'm going to church but I'm drinking the night before and I need to repent. I need to do the, you know what I mean? Like, just don't degenerate. As long as I think you're not degenerating, I think that's pretty important. But what I'm getting at with this, it matters what you do on weekends. This is mainly because I messed up my Anki streak last weekend, and I was thinking like, damn, bro, it actually matters. But like, it's all about momentum, keeping momentum going. 7 days a week, 5 of them Monday to Friday, you do the right thing. 2 days you hit a brick wall and you get zero. You're starting again from ground zero on Monday. But if you can just kind of keep that ball rolling on Saturday and Sunday, you start Monday off on your toes. You know, you're just hopping around like a ballerina. You're already walking. But if you do nothing on Saturday and Sunday, you start off Monday cold. You start off on your heels. Pretty good analogy. So what I'm trying to get at is I'm figuring out a few things. I'm redefining I'm trying to determine what I define as rest. But then also I'm trying to find what I find important to me. And so far, because with habit tracking, we're trying to make sure that you're doing the right things day in and day out. I used to have a bunch of habits there. If you can, I don't know if you can see, it says July, it's August. I stopped doing that because it's like 10 different habits. I'm not trying to do all of that, boy. Okay, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 different boxes I have to tick every day. And I'm not doing that. It's the sleep, and then it's the meditation, and it's the this and the that, and it's the go to bed at this time. It's like, bruh, I'm not taking all that. So what I'm trying to get at is 3 things or so which I find important in my life. Right now, what comes to mind: faith, fitness, faculty. As in my Christian stuff, my my fitness goals. I go to the gym, don't eat a bunch of ice cream and stuff, and like, hit your calories, hit your protein, etc. Do some cardio, and then faculty is just like my studies, right? Study, get decent grades, get into this intercalated track program, stuff like that. Do Anki, etc. And then 3 things which you find important, maybe have a goal for them, but then it's like find the daily thing that if you do it every day, you're good. You know, so like the habit that will get you closer to that thing, the habit that fulfills that thing which is important to you, the habit that keeps you grounded to what you want. Does that make sense? So for me, faith. Okay, the Christian stuff's important. What do I want to be doing every single day if that's so important to me? I want to do my morning prayer every day. I want to do my evening prayer every day. That's my bare minimum. This faculty stuff is important to me, right? What do I want to be doing every day then, if it's so important to me? I want to be doing my Anki every day. As a bare minimum, I want to be doing my reviews and my learning cards every single day. And then I have about 25 to 50 new cards that I want to do every day. That's my bare minimum. Do the reviews, add a few learning cards every day. How many? 25 to 50. We good. This fitness stuff, what's important to me? Oh, okay, it's pretty important that I go to the gym a couple times a week. Pretty important that I hit my steps every day. I do some cardio every day. Okay, sick. I'm hitting my cows every day. So it's like with the weekly stuff, like obviously I track my cows and I go to gym 6 times a week. That wouldn't be my daily habit, but it would be kind of like hit steps, go for a walk every now and then, like, every day a little bit, get some steps in every day, and then do like at least 10, 20 minutes of jump rope every day. So it's kind of like what I wrote down here is if all you get done on the weekend is that, is it still fine? So on the weekend, if all I get done is a 10-minute jump rope session, is that fine? Yeah. Or on Saturday or Sunday. If on Saturday or Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, on Saturday, like a daily habit, all right? If that day all I can get done is on a Sunday, day of rest, if all I can get done that day is my reviews for Anki and like 10 learning cards, is that good? Am I pleased with that? Yes. That's what I'm trying to define. What is my daily thing? My daily minimum, my ground floor where I can build up from there. And I'll just tick like 3 boxes every single day. Type beat. And like I want to be I want to go slow. In my previous video, episode 9, I mentioned going really slow. It's like life is like a jog. You know, you can run, but then you'll just start walking in like, a couple months time, a few weeks time. I want to go so slow, but I can keep that pace forever. Because eventually I'm gonna pass you, Brody. I'm gonna pass your walking ass. Because I'm a jogger, you know. I want to go so slow and then build it up from there. Same thing I did with my jump rope, and it's working rather well. I can do all those habits, but I'm just not good enough to maintain all of that just yet. So I want to go so slow and build it up from there. Go so slow. What can I be doing every day for the rest of my life? Booyah. I was making 4 videos a week. Poof. Now I'm walking. So now I'm trying to jog again. Now I'm trying to make a video every single week. I didn't make one last week. I didn't have anything to say, bruh. I don't just want to make a video for the sake of like, oh, okay, take a box or whatever. I actually want something to say. And now I have a lot more. This is a better video because I have heaps to say. Heaps to speak about. So, yeah, my new habits would just be like reviews for Anki, morning and evening prayer. Before it was like, oh, morning, evening prayer, and read the Bible, and do church on Sunday, and do all this stuff. And it's like, Aish, that's a lot. Morning, evening prayer. Let's break it down. Let's start off there and then go, hit really slow. I can do that for the rest of my life. And then I'll just build it up. I can do 10 minutes of jump rope every single day for the rest of my life. God willing. Unless like, some alligator bites off my third leg. And we can build it up from there. Instead of saying boom, 40 minutes a day. Same with it. I can get like 5K steps a day. That's like just walk a little bit and stuff in the afternoon. And then I can build it up from there to 10K, hopefully. So I'm just starting off with like really small bare minimums that I can even do on the weekends. And then moving forward with my nutrition, protein. I'm changing my protein from like 0.8, 0.9 to 0.75 grams of protein per pound of body weight, which is in terms of some bodybuilding context, on the lower end. But I'm going to be trying that out next week. And the reason I think that's sick is because if it's true, you don't need as much protein as you think you need in order for sufficient muscle protein synthesis. As in, what that means is like, you don't need to eat all that protein if you want to build muscle, type B. So I'm eating a bit less protein, and I'm having 0.25 grams of fat per pound of body weight this next week, which is also a lot less fat than I thought I needed. It's pretty considered low fat diet. I'm going to fill everything else up with carbohydrates. So those are my numbers for the coming week, and it's actually pretty dialed. Like I have a bunch of carbs I can eat, decent amount of protein, and decent amount of fat. So in theory, that's all cool, but I want to see how I actually feel. Because this week I had like really, really low fat, tons of chicken breast, and tons of pasta. And that's what I really like. I really like eating loads of food like that. But next week I'm about to be eating like ground beef and stuff for like a full amino acid profile and stuff like that. So We'll see how it all goes. Bit less protein, bit less fat, more carbs. We'll see how that fills my belly. Then strawberries. Let me just drink some water. My throat getting dry, boy. Strawberries. I like a little sweet treat at the end of the day. And so when I know I have some sweet ass strawberries at the end of the day, I'm happy. And it's much like dopamine loading. It's kind of like working and then having the urge. I really want to check Instagram and see the new football transfer rumors. Is Rodri actually going to Barcelona? I really want to see that right now, but nah, I'll dismiss that impulse, that craving, that urge, and I'll dismiss it till later. I'll do it later. I'll check it later. I'll check at the end of the day. I really want to eat this sweet thing right now, but no, chill. I'll save it for the end of the day. And when you get to the end of the day and you eat that strawberry, it's amazing. Okay, and why strawberries? Strawberries are so sweet, bruh. They're so delicious. You're telling me I grab a fat ass handful of strawberries, 5 fresh strawberries, and I wash them, and I eat them at the end of the day. You're telling me that doesn't taste amazing, bruh? I put it with some fat-free yogurt, strawberries and cream, close enough. Back to the texture thing, bro. You freeze the yogurt. You eat the yogurt normally. Oh, okay, it's nice, it's silky, it's smooth yogurt, cool. You freeze it, whole new texture. Oh, ice crystals taste like sorbet. It's like ice cream kind of vibe. Strawberries on their own. Nice, yeah, fruit. You freeze it, poof, whole new ball game. You bite into the strawberry. Oh, it's like candy, bro. It's like sorbet. You freeze grapes. Oh, it's like candy. You take apples and you freeze dry them, and you have a whole new texture. You grab an apple, you put it in the freezer, you peel it, you eat it. It tastes like sorbet. It's like, it's not the same. It's not the flavor, bro. It's the same flippin' flavor, the same fruit, but you're just changing the texture. That changes the whole experience. It changes the whole craving. Why? It changes the whole satisfaction. It makes it more yummy because you're actually addressing the craving for texture that you have. It's all texture, bro. So yeah, eat strawberries at the end of the day. If you like frozen blueberries, eat them. If you like pineapple, eat that. But save some sweet ass fruit for the end of the day. And why not cake and stuff? Because it's unhealthy. Why not like a protein bar? Because it's unhealthy. You can sometimes, but like these last 2 weeks, strawberries work really well for me. I love strawberries for the moment, until I overdo it. But strawberries work really well. So I've just been doing that. And at the end of the day, when I'm cutting, I save some yogurt for the end of the day as well. Instead of like putting it on my salad and stuff, is like some kind of salad dressing, makeshift salad dressing. I just save my strawberries and cream for the end of the day, and it's pretty flippin' delicious. And it just makes such a nice. It makes sense, like a long hard day, post workout meal. Let's eat now. It just makes sense to like eat a nice meal, get full, get bloated, and then have a bunch of strawberries on top of that as this nice sweet stuff. Then what else I started last week was lifting straps in the gym. You put them around, I have it here, I don't feel like taking it out. You put it around your wrist, it goes, let me just do it. Lifting straps, it is so good. Firstly, I'm not jacked, right? I'm just a normal ass kid. But trust me when I say, so you put it like that and you wrap it around like the bar, right? And you'll grab it like that. Just watch a video on how do you like apply it in the gym. But like these things are so insane because what it does is when you do like a back movement, like a row or a pull up or I don't know, a dumbbell row or something like T-bar row, whatever. Largely for your back movements, what ends up happening is obviously when you pull, your bicep gets activated to help you pull that weight, and your forearm and your shoulder and stuff like that. So then what ends up happening is you end up doing less reps simply because your bicep, your forearm, your grip, your shoulder bit, they all get tired. So you have to let go, right? Like, oh, I'm tired now, fatigue. I can't do more reps. But your back can low key do like another rep or two because he's not that tired. So what this does is it makes it like this grips the bar for you. It's like literally a strap to the bar. So there's less grip. He's gripping for you, so there's like less fatigue on your forearm, on your bicep, on your your shoulder, and it's just back activation. So you can end up doing another rep or two of your dumbbell row or your T-bar row or your pull-up or whatever, because your grip isn't failing you, but rather you can just target everything and put as much stimulus on your back as you want, pretty much. You can do more reps because your grip isn't failing. Try it out. It's actually really, really good. I saw the hype on Twitter, fitness Twitter, and everyone was saying, yo, it's insane, it's insane, it's insane. I don't know what they were talking about. I got it myself. I did it. It's insane. And like literally, as after I did my first set of lat pull down, I messaged my cousin who's also in the gym now, like, yo, you need this, bro. You need this. That it's insane. It's really, really good. Then talk about thing in notebook. Oh yeah, here's my notebook. I wrote this out on paper, and then I was just too lazy to like type it out. So I have 4 different. It's a mess. I don't know if you can even read that. If you want to read that, I'll just talk it through. There's 4 things to what I think is a life worth living. Very philosophical. I'm not sure if this has nothing to do with health. But yeah. Well, I guess mental health, life health, whatever. Basically, what I'm getting at is step 1 is something daily minimum. What word is that, bro? Daily minimum for goals. So, what is the daily minimum thing you have to do every day to get closer to your goals? That's like the half of your day. For me, it's like I wake up at 5:30, 5:45. Work starts at 6:30. By work, I just mean start studying 6:30ish, 6:45ish, and then I try work up until 4 o'clock that day. So I wake up early and I try work as much as I can to 4, get as much work done. And then I gym, and then I eat, and then I do some other stuff. But like the first like large part of my day is just work. This is where you want to like find. This is like your sharp, your logical, your rationale, no distractions, deep work. This is like this for me is like my daily reviews for Anki, my studying, my stuff like that. It's like these are your daily minimums again. Like, what's the minimum you have to do to say, okay, that's a decent day? What's the slowest pace you can go, but you can go for the rest of your life? What are those tasks? And do that every day. Then at the end of the day, your step 2 is like find your enjoyment. So things that aren't related to your work. For me, I'm a medical student. Things that aren't related to the studies, to the body, to the nerdy stuff. You can. So let me give you some examples. For me, it's like walking, poetry, audiobook, reading. You can. For me, I like to do the Bible. Learning, but uh, not faculty or job. You know. So like learning is like nice. It can be nice, but like learning out of interest, like learning like how to bake better because I like to make sourdough. Learning how to like research. I was doing some PubMed stuff on Monday night. It was actually pretty cool. Learning like, hey, I actually might have this skin condition. Learning like another course, like how to, I guess like refining. You know, it's like, yo, bro, my dreams are really whack. That can lead into my interest in dream interpretation. That can lead into some Jungian philosophy, psychology, which I find interesting. That can lead into refining certain skills that I have. I'm studying, like there was a point when I was really interested in like the gym in the start, learning about different trainings, like things that you usually do in like the step 1 work phase, and then refining them. Like, oh, like here's why how you study. Like here's how to get better at studying. Here's how to gym better. Here's how to do all these things. And why I kind of like studying in the gym is because gym is like trying to convince your muscles that you have that like they're needed. It's trying to convince your muscles that they are needed. Hence why your body is like needs to make them grow, right? If there's always like some strain, tension, like micro destruction of, I don't think destruction, like like micro tearing of my muscles, my bicep, my body's gonna be like, yo, like we need to make this boy stronger and like help him grow, type B. Studying is the same thing but for the mind. It's like trying to convince our body, our brain, that certain information is important. Hence why we have to remember it. So like if every day we're like, oh yeah, what was that fact again? Mitosis? No, meiosis. Okay, okay. And the following day again, oh yeah, what was that fact again? Mitosis? No, oh meiosis. Then the third day it's like, what was that fact again? Like, oh, meiosis. You know what I mean? Then day four again, you're like, what was that fact again? So like, it's just trying to convince your body, your brain, that this certain information is important, because we get asked it every day, every like random day, on some space repetition kind of vibe, that we should probably remember that random little fact. Whatever. So step one is like daily minimum goals. That's work, logical, rationale. Step two is like interest, passion. So for me, it's like I try to work as much as I can up until 4. And 4 to 5:30 gym, 5:30 till about 7. That's where I will eat my post-workout meal, dinner, shower, get clean, wash my dishes a bit, and then 7 till 9, free game. That's where I can do whatever I want. And I found that like this is what I'm trying to define what rest is, because I don't get rest from going online. Like this 2-hour window that I have is the only time I have to actually live a life. Like, because it's not work, it's not faculty, it's not anything. It's just where I can be me and do what I want. If I like poetry, I can write my poems then. If I love jazz and vinyl, that's where I can play my jazz and vinyl. If I love and very passionate about drawing, painting, that's the time in my day where I can paint. But like being online takes away from that. So for step 2, this enjoyment part, online is the enemy. So I haven't been going online that much this week. I was a bit of an idiot last night, and I was like, look on Instagram and stuff. But the other days in the week, I wasn't. Which is a better step in the right direction. But like online is the enemy there. And then in level 1, daily minimum goals, like people are the enemy. Like I'm not gonna check my phone right now. I'm not gonna check the WhatsApp. Yo, bro, like you need to cut out distractions on the, like I can't study with other people in the library because everyone else is a distraction. It's like I just need to get my work done. I just need to put on my earplugs and listen to white noise on noise canceling headphones and work as much as I can until 4. Squeeze other days as much as I can. And then at 2, it's like that's where I can talk to people. That's where level 2. That's where I can have those conversations, those nice chill conversations. That's where I can eat my strawberries and cream and go for a stroll and have these thoughts and script these videos and listen to an audiobook and do things that I like that have nothing to do with work, but rather everything to do with, passion, let's call it. Step 3, or level 3, phase 3, is have something to look forward to on the weekend. And again, it's not some kind of degeneration. It's rather something more like baking. I like making sourdough bread. On the weekends, I have more time to make sourdough. I don't have to do my lazy sourdough method. That's where on the weekends, I have more time to actually do the stretch and folds. I have more time to knead the dough. I have more time to make the oven right, to let the oven preheat. I have more time to use the right pot. I can just make bread nicer. I have more time to make bagels. Oh, this coming weekend, I'm going to make bagels. The following weekend, I'm going to make sourdough pita bread. The following weekend, it's my friend's birthday, so I'm going to go and see him. He's a 30-minute drive away, but he's going to be worth it. We're going to do this and that together. The following weekend, this weekend, I'm going to go to church, for example. Then I'm going to go to that nice Turkish restaurant afterwards because I'm craving a kebab or a p-day. I haven't played tennis in a while, but I played it this last weekend, and turns out I do quite like tennis. So I'm probably going to play it again I'm gonna make plans to play tennis one of these weekends. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need something. I'm gonna see friends. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm craving bao buns, so I'm gonna go get bao buns after church on the following weekend. Like you need something to do, and it doesn't always have to be a trip. There's times where like this weekend I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay in, bro. Just want to stay in. What was I looking forward to this weekend? Honestly, I was just looking forward to staying in. Like I kind of just want time to me, time to myself. I want to walk a bit. I want to do some jump rope. I just want to like go out. There's like a nice sports field on my campus. I just want to chillax there, walk a bit there, jump rope, stand there, not do much. Like I just don't want to work. Like Aura Farm kind of vibe. I want to go to church tomorrow morning. I want to come back and I just want to go for a little stroll, a little walk, talk to my mom a bit. Yeah, nothing crazy. The following weekend, okay, that's where I want to see a friend maybe, you know? But there needs to be something to live for, you know? It's like if someone was like, if the Grim Reaper came to me now and it's like, yo, bro, you about to die. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be like, yo, like, can I low key die next weekend though? Because I have something on. You know, it's like, oof, like okay, I'll die, but like, you can take my life, but like, can it be next weekend though? Because I actually have to see my friend on Saturday. It's his birthday, and I kind of have to get him the gift that I got him to him. You know, you can get me next weekend, Mr. Grim Reaper, but I want to make these sourdough bagels first. Like you need to have something on the weekend which you actually live for, live towards. If that's partying, drinking, getting drunk, playing video games, Xbox, Rocket League, and having beers after your test, like my floormates had yesterday, hey, so be it. I think that's a very degenerative behavior. No disrespect to anyone, but like it's not healthy. Your sleep gets impaired. Like it's not good for you. But like the concept's the same. For me, it's just like it just expressed, like it just manifests in a different way. The number 4 is document everything. Journal about it, have it on a whiteboard, track your results, make these videos like this. Yeah, because why we want to journal and document everything is for 3 reasons. It's so that we can repeat successes. Here, for example, I had a very good study day this week where I woke up early, about 5:30, and I studied from 6:30 till 12. But the nutrition was on point, everything was on point. So I wrote like 6:30 to 12 I studied. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. I had 150 grams of yogurt before studying, and then I studied for 2 hours until 8:30. I ate some chicken and a bunch of fat, so olive oil. I got sunlight. That was my 30-minute break. I got steps in during that break. I studied for another hour and a half until 10:30. I had an apple on that break, 15 minutes. I studied from 10:45 to 12. So I got like 4, 5, 6 hours. How many is that? 6:32 hours. I got like 3.5 hour. I got like 4.5, 5 hours. But it was pretty productive hours. My nutrition was really good. I felt really good. Like that, things like that happen almost randomly, but I just document it. So now I know I can replicate that because it works. So you want to replicate successes and know how to avoid setbacks. Last night, I was a little lonely. Last night, I ate a bunch of strawberries, which I wanted to save for the weekend. Last night, I went to bed later. Last night, I was on my phone. How did this all happen? I was listening to music in the shower, which I don't usually do. Like, I'm not saying it's that, but like, there's pattern. There's things which I did which I don't usually do, and I did it in a different order, and like yeah, I can trace it back and try and find what went wrong. So to essentially avoid setbacks, and then I can also correct my current path to know it's actually working. The simplest example I can think of is like the fat loss thing, right? If I have my daily calorie average for the week, my daily steps for the week, my daily average jump rope cardio for the week, my daily average weight for that week. If I'm not losing 0.5% to 1%, bless me, each week, if I'm like losing 0.3%, it's like, oh, I can probably bump up the steps a bit. I can probably go into a eat less calories, you know what I mean? Just little things like that. Just assess the trajectory of our current path. Yeah, that's why we journal. And like now, for like the skin thing, for example, I think I have keratosis pilaris, but there's like another term for it which aligns with what I have. It's kind of like just I have the biggest fear of the camera turning off while I'm recording and I'm just talking to no one. It's kind of like it's like some skin condition which I have like some of the symptoms of basically, but there's like no info online. I'm like in a way documenting my journey to solving it. And when I get there, hopefully, at the end of this maze, I will have a way out. And I can help other people get out. Because I see the same symptoms in other people as well. But no one, like, there's no solution for it. Which sucks. But that's just the way things are, you know? So hopefully, that's why we document. That's why, like, at the end of it, if I ever make it out of this maze, let's call it, I can then help others do the same thing. And like hopefully through the effort of documentation, it's like it makes like the searching for the way out of the maze easier or more bearable at least. But it also just like it could be of some aid, some help, some relatability to others. Then next, nickel-free cookware. I'm on a low nickel diet. One thing I've been avoiding is nickel in my cookware. This morning I ordered a nice homie chef saute pan. It looks really nice. It's like it's nice lime green color, but it's also 18/0, 18 by 0, stainless steel. It's got 0 nickel in it, and I'm avoiding nickel. I've been baking sourdough bread in a clay pot, no nickel. I have these glass lunch boxes, these glass oven safe dishes, which I use to bake my meat and stuff in and heat up my food. I've been avoiding nickel. Yeah, I've been barely using the Instant Pot pressure cooker. Um, and yeah, I've just been avoiding nickel. And I feel like my skin has been getting better. I've been recently having some more detox symptoms like the sneezing or like some more phlegm. I don't know how that is, why that is, but it is. And we're just rolling with it. So yeah, that's what's new. And then my bed. I hate my mattress here at Res. I sink into it and it like engulfs my body. And I swear it's not good for my spine or my posture. Because back at home, in my hometown, bro, I would sleep on the floor back at home. In my room, I just sleep on the carpet with a blanket over it, basically. And that's so good for my posture. I love it. Like, it's like a foam roller for your muscles, but like throughout the night. And then here, I have this cushion which just messes up my back. So what I'm trying to do now, today I got the idea for it on my walk, and that is I'm gonna take this mattress, throw it out, or just move it to someone else's room, and then I'm gonna get some like plywood planks and just like you know how they have like the bed frame, but there's like planks along, like planks, but it's not. There's like spaces between them. I'm gonna get a plywood thingy and like make it one solid block of wood basically, and then I'm gonna get like a really thin like Japanese mattress. I forgot what they're called, like futo or fruit, I don't know, something like that. And then, or I can just get like some like foam thin foam disc or something, or anything really, like, yeah, probably like one of those Japanese mattresses. But yeah, that's that would be amazing if I can fix the bed situation, because it's been playing with me, bro. And yeah, also something new I started doing last week is a supplement called, or a compound called PEA, palmitoyl ethanolamide. Uh, palmitoyl ethanolamide. Ethanol. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know. It's a PEA. Apparently, what it's supposed to be for is like mast cell control regulation. What does it say? Inflammation support, cognitive support, discomfort support. Okay, cool. I don't know. Google it or something. I've clearly done a lot of research on it. Basically, winter, my skin goes bad. Winter, skin goes bad. What does that mean? I get these blisters on my fingertips, on my toes, cold sores kind of vibe. It's almost like a wart vibe almost. Fingertips can go blue, lips can get cracked. Loads of inflammation essentially. This stuff is supposed to help with that. I've been taking it for about week and a half maybe. I don't know, a weekish. And not, and like it's not like, oh, all my problems are gone. I feel like maybe the fingers could be better. Like they could, maybe they're a bit better. They're definitely not cured. Like they're not perfect normal fingers, but they could be better. I don't know. I feel like they are maybe a little bit better, if that means anything to you. Um, and what I have noticed though is my lifts in the gym have gone up. I don't know if this is a fair correlation to make with, the PEA stuff, but I started taking the PEA stuff about a week ago, and about a week ago, my lifts have been feeling pretty good. My T-bar row has been going up, but that also could just be like the straps, for example. I have my biceps have been going up today. I bumped up the weight a bit. My chest is kind of like the same chest movements. Um, I did like 6 reps instead of 5 on my cable lateral raises today. Things like that. So like the gym's been feeling better. I don't know if it's fair to say that that's because of PEA, but it is fair to say this is a long video, bro, and it's been going on for a while. But what I'm interested in for the next, like moving forward, is obviously nickel-free cookware. Today I bought the pan, which is big plays. Um, then I'm also pretty constipated. I don't have much fiber in my diet, but I am going to be looking into. I have a bunch of zeolite, but I stopped taking it because I was like doing other stuff, and I wanted to introduce things one by one just to know like what each thing does. So like now I added PEA, so I know like, oh, okay, if something improves or gets bad, it's probably because of the PEA, because that's what's new. But if I do like 5 things at once and a bunch of stuff changes, I don't know which thing is doing what. So I'm gonna add zeolite in the next like month or so, and it was supposedly that loosens your stools and it could help me out. I don't know. Then again, Revive Mouthguard. If anyone here has ever watched my second episode or like my first one, I mentioned the Revive, but I haven't got it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, want to change the mattress, 0.75 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And yeah, moving forward, day by day. And I'm defining rest. And I'm just making myself up, building myself up from the ground up, like just addressing the character and the certain behaviors that go along with it in order to become who I want to be, which I don't know what that is yet. And just learning as I go, messing up a lot. But that's part of the process. And that's been episode 10. If you have anything you want to say in the comments, probably type it out and I'll read it. If not, that's okay. That's been the video, episode 10. I've been Luca, and you've been. Let me guess your name, William. Nah, more like George. How about Andrew? Yes, Andrew. Okay, good night. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go binge eat some more strawberries, but my camera froze. Okay, bye.